What is up, guys? We are here for another classic race, and by the thumbnail and the title you can tell it is the controversial race of, well, I guess technically F1 history, the Indianapolis Grand Prix. In this case it'll be the Texas one. Only 6 cars started the Grand Prix and only 6 cars finished, being the 2 Ferraris, Jordans and Minardis. I'm sure probably by now most of you know the reason why, with the tyre situation. Saw the Michelin runners didn't actually take part, and they did the formation lap and went into the pit lane. So I mean, it was a weird one. It was so weird to watch live as well, and that more or less killed off F1 in America for the time being. So anyway, it was a 25% race. There wasn't much highlights in terms of on board, just for the pure fact of there wasn't nothing really went on. So I figured I might as well get all the highlights and all the cinematic shots done. I was going to put the overlay of the 2004 to 8 HUD or heads-up display, whatever you want to call it, but it's not on this laptop. It's in my other one. So yeah, so that isn't on. But as you can see, Michael Schumacher and our teammate Albers actually dive into the pits. I'm not sure why they actually decided to do that, but they're going for a very odd strategy, to say the least. So we're going to move up to P2 behind Barrichello. A few laps later, we'll actually close up to the back of him. We're going to have a look down his inside into turn 1. We actually take the lead of the race, which I thought was very shocking. The Ferraris actually had a bit of a weird pace, like in terms of like their braking seemed really bad. Like they were missing their braking points quite a bit, and obviously we were struggling quite a lot with our car. I mean, our car's a Minardi, so our car was absolutely awful anyway, as it was. But Barrichello was struggling quite a lot, and I kind of got a little bit worried, to the point where, at this point Schumacher's gonna, when we make our pit stop and put our fuel in, wink wink, we're gonna get overtaken. But you can see we're gonna keep going back and forth and battling everyone else. You can see we actually managed to pit off camera, and obviously we came out back behind Schumacher, and Barrichello, he stayed behind us after he made a pit stop. So the retaining order at this point in time was Schumacher, ourselves, and Barrichello. Albers was in P4, Karthikeyan and Montero trundling around at the back of the grid. Don't know what they're doing exactly, but they're not exactly smashing the world. But we go past Schumacher here, and in the background you can see Barrichello just go straight into the back of Schumacher, because Schumacher braked really, really early on his teammate. So that promoted our teammate Albers up into P3, and then we just absolutely bin it. We just absolutely we lost the car completely on the braking. So that was awful for that to happen to us. But we're going to continue on. We had 5 laps to go to catch Michael Schumacher and overtake him for the win of the Grand Prix. So we're going to close up to him. We're going to come from quite a way back, cut him off just a little bit, and try and take the lead of the Grand Prix again. But at the same time, like, this car was kind of giving up on its tyres, because I can only imagine how bad Schumacher's tyres were, but our tyres weren't exactly great. I was weaving left and right trying to get past, but the car's acceleration wasn't great, especially the top end speed and the cornering. I was just losing so much time mid apexes, because I just couldn't keep up with Schumacher or Barrichello for that matter. But coming on to the start finish straight, we do make a very, very big dive to the apex, and you're going to see here just the difference in acceleration compared to ourselves and the Ferrari. It was just ridiculous. It was frustrating. Like, it doesn't look that bad from this angle, but he flew past me in other cases. It was just so annoying. I'm not sure why that happened. We actually touch a little bit as we come into the end of turn 12. It was just awful. I don't know why. It just seemed awful. And then Schumacher came back at us for a little bit, and actually ended up getting past us at the final corner, which was a bit frustrating, to say the least. I didn't expect him to actually get that far, and then we just fly off at turn 1. This is on the penultimate lap, so we just absolutely, our brakes just didn't work. I think our brakes overheated, and we just went straight on, almost into the gravel trap. That was almost the end of our race. But we do actually manage to keep on the final lap. We're actually going to catch up to Schumacher after all this time. We're actually going to go very late, very deep. We're going to get the switch back on Schumacher. We're going to go to the left hand side, try and overtake, and he just brakes 15 meters earlier than he should have, and he blows up. like we're gonna look at it from like two different angles before we finish the race, but that's the end of our chance of winning this race, because we pull to the left hand side and then just go straight into the back of him. We actually pushed his tyre along with our nose, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, he just broke so early. Like, why is he braking that early for the apex? So obviously we're right up his gearbox. We don't have time to react, and he's in the middle of the road. It's not like he's on the racing line either. So obviously that sucks. We've got a puncture. I've got no front wing. I'm going to try and struggle to actually get around these corners. Right hand corner's not so bad, but the left hand corners are awful. And the final 5 corners, 3 of them are left-handers, including that one. So we're going to let our teammate go through, so Albers can actually win the race. But Barrichello isn't too far behind. He just passed Schumacher's car, or he's about to pass Schumacher's car, I should say. But so yeah, because we just can't turn left at all to save our life. It's just not possible. We are going to manage to cross the line in P2, but obviously we'll have a penalty for that because the game read that as our fault. But yeah, it was such a weird race. Like, everything that went on with the Ferraris and our car, and obviously blowing up at the end, going into the back of Schumacher really didn't help. But bit of a short video. There's not really much I can do with a 6-car race, especially considering the difference. But anyway, career mode might be up tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Until next time, guys. I'll see you later.